Okay, this week's project is restoring the surround of a hot tub. It's obsolete. It's made by Imperial. It's probably close to 25 years old. So let's take a look and see what we got going on. Okay, so this board here surrounds the whole, it's the lip, I guess I would call it, was rotted out over there, so I had to cut the piece out of here, and in doing so, this basically was all rotted. The bottom board that runs along here was rotted, the top board was rotted, so here's some of it here, as you can see, water damage. Using a drill, a grinder, there's these brackets. See this side piece here, this rectangular square? I need to make another one for this side, and then I'll show you the panel that goes on here. But these brackets had screws in them, and I had to cut most of them out, which was a real bear. As you can see down there, I still have one stuck right here, so I'm gonna have to take it off on this side because I can't get my grinder down in there to cut this part off. So this is one of 4 brackets that I need to get these old screws out, or I just go buy another bracket, another 4 brackets. So I'll see how long it takes to get these things off. This is the side panel behind here. Whoa. As you can see, it's all rotted out and falling apart. So went and got some lumber today. Actually got a good deal, I think, compared to what it's been. Back up here a little bit. So I got all this lumber and these 4 or 5 pieces, all for like 40 bucks, which I was impressed. This is treated, it's going to be underneath. This is going to be, this part here is going to be this surround here. As you can see, this is just like totally gonzo. Okay, so when I cut out this piece of wood here, it was somewhat rotted, but in hindsight, probably could have left it in there and been okay, but I took it out, and when I did so, this part I could actually see at the top drop down at least a ½ inch, so I got this jack under here, and I'm slowly winding it up. So I'm able to get this new board in here. So I want to just take it nice and slow. Okay, so I got it up a little bit, but I got a ½ more inch to go, and this thing's full of water, so I think it's best for me to drain the water. I kind of could use a water change anyhow to make this thing lighter. I'm afraid I'm going to crack it. When I use the floor jack, I can't tell if the wood is creaking or the fiberglass is creaking, so I'm just going to leave this in place. Like I said, I got another ½ inch to go up, and we'll go from there. I wasn't expecting this, but I probably should have known once I took that last corner out over there. Yeah, so we'll see what happens. I'm draining the tub. I started with just the gravity without the pump, and then as soon as I thought my neighbors were up, I started the pump up. So it shouldn't take much longer to get all this water out of here. Okay, so with the tub drained, I jacked it up. I cut 2 pieces of wood. I had to do it that way, so set it back down, so now it's solid and it's pretty level. It's as level as it's going to get. I don't know that it ever was perfectly level. If anything, it's up just a bit, but that's okay. So I can get the jack out of there and start putting pieces back together. Okay, so this is the first side piece, corner piece that I made. Used some bracketry to hold it together, and those brackets down there and up there to tie it in with those two boards that's supporting the weight. I cut a bevel on each end so that the other board will butt up to it. That's the way it was, so it makes sense. So now I'm going to work on putting this board back in here. I want to make sure it fits in here before I really set this in place. Then I'll work on framing this front panel. Okay, so it took forever, but I got this new piece of wood in, this little piece of wood in here. For some reason this line isn't matching up, but it's gonna be what it is. This, for some reason, is inset less than that side there. And that's copy mark there where wood is, so that was always like that. So I got that side piece all put in. I got the bottom new piece tied in and the top piece, and then I'm gonna reinforce it a little bit. So there we go. It took all night, but it's getting there. Okay, so this is one panel I was able to save. I repaired. These came off the old one, which is now in the fire pit. It was so rotted. And down below on the table is the new frame that I just nailed together. So I'm going to transfer everything over to that. Okay, so that's the second panel. Reframed, reused what I could. And I got to primer and paint that and a lot of other stuff, and then I'll be able to start putting stuff back on. Okay, this is first coat. It's primer and paint mixed together, semi-gloss black. Here's the two side panels and another little square. Okay, so I got that piece fitted. I'm not putting that side on until I break the air bubble when I go to fill the water. I got the sides. I got this new piece in there. Around the corners all trimmed out. I'm gonna add this trim piece here. Kind of wish this lip was overhanged here a little bit, but it's just not happening. And I'll put a little filler piece in there. I don't have any more of this. It would be nice to fill this in with this, but I'm just gonna go with it. Okay, so I'm finished. Turned out pretty good. This is a spa made by Imperial. It's a model B61. I'm gonna fill it and get it back up and running. Thanks for watching.